Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for another episode of Brawl News. Starting things off here in today's video, taking a look at the official Brawl Stars Twitter page with a tweet that came out 7 hours ago. We have maintenance inbound, fixing club quest rewards not being delivered to some players. So of course, seeing that club quests are a little bit on the newer end of things inside of Brawl Stars, it's expected to see some sort of bugs like this, but it is kind of a bigger one, seeing that actual rewards aren't being delivered to certain players out there. This went totally by my head. I had no idea this was actually going on, but good thing on Brawl Stars part for fixing these errors. Let me know, did you guys end up having any issues when it came to rewards not being delivered? Because like I said before, it kind of went right past me. I had no idea this was actually a little bit of an issue here in the game. And admittedly, I haven't been doing club quests a whole lot, so it's hard for me to keep on top of it to a certain degree. So make sure to let me know. It'd be really good to hear. Moving along to the next bit of news, literally the tweet right before the one that we just got done talking about. As you guys can see, a tweet coming out 1 day ago. There are only a few days left for you to submit the Once Upon a Brawl skin for Frank. Make sure to read the guidelines before submitting. We had brought this up in the most recent episode of Brawl News as well. However, it is kind of reaching crunch time, if you would say. As you guys can see, we have 17 hours and 4 minutes now at the point that I'm recording this video for submissions to be entered into this most recent campaign. And of course, as soon as the submissions ends, it opens up the voting process. So that allows all of us to actually now be able to participate with this campaign, voicing our opinions of our favorite skins and actually having a little bit of sway in the end decision for this skin that's actually going to be implemented in the game. But with the Supercell make campaign stuff out of the way, we are moving along to our next bit of very exciting news, and that is a brand new championship challenge right around the corner, actually in 2 days, starting August 12th. Now, of course, we should all know the championship challenges are a little bit more difficult than other challenges, seeing that we don't get to purchase retries in this, seeing that it's kind of for placements in significant tournaments right around the corner for solid players out there. And it's a 15-win challenge, so definitely a little bit more on the harder end of things. But in my opinion, it's one of the best opportunity to be able to get good rewards from these challenges, seeing that most of the rewards are at the earlier phases of the challenge. But to break it down here, the map rotation is going to be knockout first on Bell's Rock, Hot Zone next for the second round on Ring of Fire. Heist is going to be coming in at the 3rd spot on Safe Zone. Gem Grab there at the 4th place spot on Double Swoosh. And then lastly, it's going to be Bounty on Shooting Star. Honestly, Bounty to wrap it up is going to be stressful. But for the rewards in round 1, we're looking at 3 different Brawl boxes for each win. Then the next 2 on the second round is going to be big Brawl boxes. And then for the remainder of the challenge, we get an assortment of star points and gold throughout it. So gold is always a very important resource in Brawl Stars that we can always use more of. Next up, moving along to some really interesting news and very, very exciting news. We're taking a look at Francie Artist's Twitter page, a predominant artist inside of the Brawl Stars community. Just recently, Francie, as well as a few others, have been helping with developing artwork for updates such as the loading screen Francie helped with, as well as a lot of the skins in the last update Francie had a good hand in working on. In my opinion, my favorite thing now that Francie is working with Brawl Stars are the little tiny updates he gives us every now and again with update development stuff. It's kind of an outlet we've never really had before. Francie has been this crazy big figure inside of the community for some time, and it seems like he is still kind of doing his thing inside of the community while working with Brawl Stars. But taking a look at a tweet that came out some time ago by Sephi here, someone else helping out with this most recent update. As you can see, he is saying next loading screen 98% done. Isn't that exciting? Literally in a video that we made a couple days ago, we had said that it would make sense for the Brawl Talk to actually come out on August 27th, which is actually quite a few days away. And that's just the Brawl Talk. The update will then come out probably a week or so after that. So it really goes to show how much preparation and how much time it really takes to prepare an update, even down to the finer details, not just mechanic wise, right? The loading screen and things along those lines. So it's cool to hear that actual update stuff is in the works, weeks after the big long break that the Supercell dev team went on because of them in Finland, and I am very much so looking forward to it. There is a small opportunity, a chance that it might be a little bit more lore related, seeing the context of where we're at right now in the year and based on previous updates in the past. So I'm eagerly awaiting this update, that's for dang sure. But getting into Francie's portion of all of this, as you can see, quote tweeting Sephi here and saying next season skins 100% done. It's so cool getting these little updates, dude. So Francie just confirmed that every single skin coming out in this next update are complete as of right now. Isn't that nuts? It's so dang cool getting updates like this. I hope Francie continues doing this because it is really, really fun keeping up with, and really cool to know that skins can be done this far in advance. So yeah, cannot wait for this next update, man. It's gonna be awesome. But next up, moving along to some really intriguing news here that kind of caught me by surprise. For a little bit of context here, if you guys didn't know, when it comes to Brawl Stars in China, it's a completely different game, just for context. Number one, it came out quite a ways after global release officially for Brawl Stars. It just took a little bit to get approved or something like that. I'm not quite sure the intricacies of it, but it's literally a completely different game run by completely different dev teams. So updates roll out at different times. Offers are completely different for them. Just for an example, a very big example, I believe right now they're about like 3 updates behind us or something like that. They're currently like in season 10 or 11, which is crazy to think about, right? But the main crux of why I wanted to bring this up is they currently had quite a bit of interesting free goodies pop up in their shop. The oldest one that got quite a bit of buzz here from people inside of the community was a Christmas Jackie skin that came out completely free, of course, to celebrate the anniversary of Brawl Stars being released in China. But isn't that crazy that they get these crazy bizarre offers? And it's kind of vice versa. Make sure to keep that in mind, where on our end, we'll sometimes get these free goodies that sometimes they don't necessarily get. So it's kind of tradesies, okay? They get their stuff, we also get our stuff as well. I just wanted to touch on this because it was really, really interesting, right? A free Jackie skin. But on top of that, just recently, people noticed that they're also giving away the Ho Ho Bo skin completely free for the China anniversary as well, along with the Barbarian King Bull skin. So they are making out like bandits. 3 free skins in the span of a couple weeks, right? And it makes complete sense in my eyes. I'm not like complaining or anything like that. I feel like seeing that it is their anniversary, right? It's more significant for them. So I feel like celebrating it a little bit more heavily is super, super important. And I'm happy they're able to get these really cool things, right? One of the coolest skins, in my opinion. I love that bow skin so much. But yeah, make sure to let me know what you guys are thinking. It's really, really cool to actually follow what's going on the China server, seeing that it's so different. And sometimes I see people complaining about these rewards popping up to the Brawl Stars dev team saying, why don't we get free stuff like this? But it's absolutely not fair to rag on the dev team for things like that, seeing that they literally have no control whatsoever with what's going on with the China servers or anything like that. So it's completely out of their hands, and it makes no sense to compare the two. Imagine being the dev team and hearing from so many people that, oh, they're getting this free stuff, make sure to give it to us as well. It'd be so stressful. So I just wanted to bring this up for the fun of it, seeing that it's pretty significant. And lastly, rounding out this episode of Brawl News, we are once again revisiting Clash of Clans. Some wild stuff had happened just recently over here with the game, and again, I've been playing my butt off with Clash of Clans as of recently, so I feel like I'm a little bit more involved with this nut stuff happening at the minute. In my opinion, it appears that it kind of started to mellow out, where every single day we were getting some wild and bizarre tweets about this parallel universe in 1982, where it seems the last significant thing along this wild journey that we've had the last couple of days came out 5 days ago. As you guys can see, on the 10th Clashiversary, a faulty Tesla tower sent Barb back in time, creating an alternate universe where Clash started in 1982 instead of 2012. The problem is now fixed. Clashiversary. Again, it's so dang hard for me to kind of get the vibe that Clash of Clans is going with. I have been investigating a little bit more thoroughly when it comes to the stuff that happened in the past, seeing that things have kind of mellowed out and I can actually dive in to everything. That video will be coming out, like I said. But again, things are just so much more different when it comes to something significant from Clash of Clans, seeing that Clash literally is telling everyone what ended up happening, where as opposed to the stuff happening was with Star Park back in the day with Brawl Stars, nothing was given. We had to figure it out all on our own. So I'm not sure if it's giving me like connection vibes, Star Park being related to Clash of Clans or anything like that, but I still think it's important to investigate kind of what's going down, seeing that there was some very crazy similarities between the two. But again, it seems like everything has kind of mellowed out here, seeing that this tweet says the problem has now been fixed. So maybe Barb is back to his original time. Maybe he's still stuck back in 1982 and they just kind of, you know, resumed everything like normal. But again, make sure to stay tuned for updates on my end. I'm going to try to cover everything in its entirety so we're all kind of on the same page with this and piece together anything significant that might be connected between Star Park, Brawl Stars, and Clash of Clans. But yeah, everyone, that's just about it for this episode of Brawl News. As always, there is a ton of stuff interesting and fun happening inside of the Brawl Stars community to take note of. But yeah, everyone, if you enjoyed this episode, of course, make sure to slap a like on it. Really appreciate that. Have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. Keep having fun with Brawl Stars, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Adios and take care.